The Amazing World of Gumball went from being a simple experiment to becoming a multi-million-dollar franchise in just 14 years. From redesigns of its characters to the creator himself openly saying he can't stand his own show anymore, today we're going to retrace the story from the earliest sketches all the way to where we are now. The series officially premiered on May 9th, 2011, but its origins stretch back to 2008. At that time, it was nothing more than a rough idea under the working title Gumball. The characters were still taking shape, but what really made it stand out early on was the animation style. The team dared to mix 2D with 3D and even blend in real-life photographs, a combination that seemed bizarre back then, but ultimately became the signature look of the show. And this wasn't just about backgrounds. The characters themselves followed this hybrid approach. Gumball was already blue, but his look was far less polished, probably on purpose. His head was more block-shaped, and his enormous eyes covered almost his entire face. In fact, in even earlier drafts, the character we all know today wasn't even supposed to be a cat. Originally, the main character was imagined as a blue dog, but as the concept developed, the creators realized his personality, unlucky but cheerful, fit much better as a cat, more specifically, a black cat. The problem was that this idea was still too restrictive for the kinds of stories they wanted to tell. So, they went back to the drawing board, searching for something that would pop even more. That's when the breakthrough came, making him blue. It wasn't a color usually associated with cats, and it gave off this quirky retro vibe, like a Japanese mascot from the 70s or 80s. That one decision defined Gumball forever, instantly turning him into an easily recognizable character worldwide. And Gumball wasn't the only one who went through big changes. Darwin's backstory is just as unique. He was inspired by Paul, a close friend of creator Ben Bocquelet, who spent so much time with Ben's family that it was almost like he'd been adopted. That real-life connection shaped Darwin's role in the show. Not only Gumball's best friend, but a true member of the Watterson family, loved as one of their own. Darwin's design also went through several revisions. While still familiar, his early versions looked noticeably different. His head seemed way too large, his eyes oversized, and to make things even more complicated, he was first animated in 3D instead of 2D. And it wasn't only the visuals. When the pilot was made, the voices were completely different as well.
As you can see, I've simplified the plan. It is now foolproof. And you know what to do, right? Right! Ready? Ready! Ready for what? Never mind. Hey! T-Rex! Get ready to taste freedom! Woo-hoo!
Even so, it was clear the project had huge potential. By 2011, that vision came to life when the very first episode, the DVD, premiered in the United States. Right out of the gate, The Amazing World of Gumball set itself apart with its eccentric mix of animation styles, photographic backgrounds, and eccentric characters. Season 1 delivered 36 episodes that introduced us to the chaotic life of the Wattersons in Elmore. Alongside Gumball and Darwin, we met Richard, Nicole, and Anais. The audience was hooked almost instantly, and within no time, Gumball became one of Cartoon Network's flagship shows. Behind the curtain, though, things were always shifting, especially with the voice cast. Initially, Logan Grove and Kwesi Boki gave life to Gumball and Darwin, and they proved to be spot-on choices. But as time went on, changes no one expected began to take place, shaping the future of the series. Barely after its debut in 2011, the show already started earning recognition. It won the BAFTA Children's Award for Animation, and the very first episode attracted more than 2.1 million viewers in the US. Critics were paying attention too, cementing Gumball's place as one of the most promising animated shows of its time. The second season arrived in August 2012, pushing creativity even further. Gumball and Darwin received subtle design updates. Their eyes became more rounded, and Darwin's body shadow was softened, since many viewers thought it looked like clothing. The rest of the Watterson family was updated to match. That same year, Logan Grove even won an Annie Award for his performance as Gumball, a clear recognition of his skill and dedication. But while the success kept climbing, so did hidden issues. The voice actors were getting older, and their voices were maturing in ways that made it impossible to keep the same sound. By 2014, at the start of Season 3, both Grove and Boki had to leave. They were replaced by Jacob Hopkins as Gumball and Terrell Ransom Jr. as Darwin. Around this time, the Watterson family also received their final big design tweaks, making their look more polished. By 2015, Gumball had fully cemented itself. Season 4, released that year, earned a 93% score on Rotten Tomatoes and proved the series was still going strong. Rumors about a movie began spreading after Bokley casually mentioned the idea in an interview. That one comment sparked years of speculation and hype among fans. Season 5 dropped in 2016, but within days, Bokley announced that Season 6 would be the last one he'd personally work on. His departure raised a huge question. Could the show survive without its creator? Some worried it would lose its heart, while others felt it was just a natural step. Season 6 arrived in 2018, once again bringing new voice actors into the mix. Nicholas Cantu became Gumball, while Darwin's role passed briefly to Doniel Hansley Jr., before being replaced by Christian J. Simon. Despite the changes, the series carried on, but it was officially confirmed. Season 6 would be the last, ending with a total of 240 episodes. The finale aired on June 19, 2019, leaving fans shocked. Instead of a conclusion, it ended on a massive cliffhanger, Rob falling into the void after warning of an impending danger. The fan base was split down the middle. Some were frustrated, others defended it as setup for the long-rumored movie. While the wait dragged on, Cartoon Network released Darwin's Yearbook in 2019 and the Gumball Chronicles in 2020, miniseries that combined clips with new content. They served as entertaining side projects, but what fans really wanted was the movie. Then, in September 2021, it finally seemed to be happening. HBO Max and Cartoon Network officially greenlit both a full-length movie and a brand new spin-off series. For a moment, the future looked brighter than ever. But in 2022, after Warner Bros. Merged with Discovery, disaster struck. Countless projects were cut, and sadly, Gumball was caught in the mess. Still, behind the scenes, signs of life remained. Crew members updated their LinkedIn pages with references to ongoing Gumball projects, and animation studios like Bobby Pills and Lighting VFX were linked to the work. Finally, after almost 2 years of silence, the wait ended. On May 19th, 2025, Hulu released a trailer for The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, a Hulu exclusive spin-off that essentially acts as Season 7. Packed with current references, wild new stories, and fresh voice actors, Elio Thial as Gumball and Hero Hunter as Darwin, the show returned with the same personality fans had always loved. From a rough concept in 2008 to a franchise still reinventing itself in 2025, the story of the Amazing World of Gumball proves that even the strangest projects can leave an unforgettable mark.